Jeff, please introduce yourself and tell us about your background.
I'm Jeffrey Busby. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of Advanced Tier Diagnostics. We're located in Birmingham, Alabama. We have developed a product that will determine the underlying cause of dry eye disease in patients. As you know, dry eye disease is becoming an epidemic in the United States. And to determine the underlying cause for effective and rapid treatment, and also to assess the efficacy of the treatment, is very important to physicians.
There are a number of dry eye products on the marketplace. What differentiates your particular offering from them?
Well, our offering is unique because we look at a biologic marker called lactoferrin. Lactoferrin is only emitted into the tear film by the lacrimal glands. So if lactoferrin is not present, we know the lacrimal gland is not functional. We also then test for another biologic, IgE, and if IgE is elevated, we know that allergies are present. So allergies can also mask as dry eye. And it makes us very unique because we are the only company in the United States that manufactures a lactoferrin and IgE diagnostic system.
Now, this particular diagnostic, how does it help a companion therapeutic?
It would identify the need for the companion therapeutic. For example, if the lacrimal gland is not functional, that patient would be a candidate for a Restasis product or type of product that could restore function to the lacrimal gland.
Right.
Yes.
So what you're saying is your particular product will enable precision diagnosis in the setting of dry eye disease.
Absolutely. It is a point-of-care laboratory test, and it's conducted in the doctor's office while the patient is present.
Is this a clear wave test?
This is a CLIA Class 2 moderate complexity test. We are looking to gain a waiver in the future, but we are now classified as a Class 2 moderate complexity test.
So this test is then run by ophthalmologists in their office. How does the ophthalmologist actually run this particular test?
It's unique. It's a lateral flow system. So we capture the tear from the inferior cul-de-sac, deposit it into a cassette that contains 2 lateral flow assay strips, and after it's completed its incubation, we then move that over into a reader. So it's a quantitative test, not only determining the amount of lactoferrin, but also if it is sufficient enough to provide for a healthy lacrimal gland. We have also done the same with our IgE test. So it uses a colorimetric photometer to interpret the results from the lateral flow test.
Now, is this test currently approved by the FDA?
Yes, we're proud to be the only company in the business that have 2 FDA approvals. We have an FDA approval for our lactoferrin test and for our IgE test. We were the first 2 FDA-approved tests in ophthalmology.
What is the frequency that this test is recommended for administration?
What we find that it's a medical decision on how often to frequent or to administer the test. Most physicians will do this test 2 or 3 times a year to follow the progress of the patient.
This test has a distinct CPT code, or is it using an existing CPT code?
It has a unique CPT code that has been around for 20 years, so it's not a new code. It is paid both by CME for reimbursement as well as private insurance.
It's currently covered by Medicare?
It is covered by Medicare, correct.
Okay. So it is not restricted to the commercial market?
No.
What is your current volume? How many people, how many tests are being administered? What is the adoption rate?
We are just coming to market with this particular system, so it is a startup, and we are bringing in new customers daily. We've had a lot of excitement here at the AAO with our product, and we anticipate a large adoption of the product.
Who are some of your leading clinician thought leaders?
Actually, Stephen Dell, Dr. Dell in Austin, is our Chief Medical Officer. We also have had Dr. Kenneth Greenberg was our prior medical officer. We also have brought in Dr. Andrew Penman. Dr. Penman is our Chief Technology Officer. So he is helping us develop not only improvements with the current system, but also future testing.
Ultimately, how do you see this product being used across the ophthalmic industry? By ophthalmologists, by researchers? What percentage of the ophthalmology population should be using a test like this in aiding their diagnostic capabilities?
Well, of course, we feel that the test yields tremendous information for the physician, and we feel that any practicing physician that sees dry eye patients should be using this form of diagnostic test. It also has an application in ophthalmology and optometry, and also in clinical research.
IgE is obviously an inflammatory immunoglobulin, and it's associated quite broadly with allergic reactions.
Correct.
Dry eye obviously has an allergic component. However, there are multiple other manifestations and other allergic rhinitis, allergic iritis, corneal inflammation. Do you see this test being useful for other indications where IgE is implicated?
We do see this is a broad application. IgE would simply indicate the presence of allergy. We don't diagnose the type of allergy that's present, but we simply would alert the physician that there is allergy present that has not been diagnosed or treated.
So potentially, if a clinician is trying to assess the outcome, the capability of a particular intervention, whether it be a Patanol, whether it be a corticosteroid, they could use your test to quantitate whether or not it has an impact on IgE, and if so, what is the extent of that impact?
Absolutely. They can quantify the severity of the allergic response that is present, and also determine the efficacy of the treatment that is being administered. So it not only will give them the underlying cause of the problem, but also indicate if the treatment that they've chosen is effective for that patient.
Jeff, is there anything else that you'd like to add with respect to this particular product and the initiative?
We of course would look to not only having this product accepted widely in the market, but also develop future applications for the product. And we do have a robust pipeline of future development.
Jeff, thank you so much for sharing this innovation, and I think it's an important contribution to the field that clinicians should pay attention to and potentially utilize in their day-to-day clinical practice.
Thank you.